What's up, guys, and welcome to this Thursday here on Outside the Ropes. Welcome back to the studio. I'm your host of Outside the Ropes, as always, Matthew Moore. Hope you're having a great day today. Thank you for tuning in once again. As we are now on a weekly day basis, if you just tuned into us, if you're a regular listener on a Wednesday, the reason why we're on today is because we've now changed to a weekly, daily podcast. So we're back for this Thursday. 4 days in a row. I'm starting to build a house in here. I'm starting to live in this studio. But anyway, hope you're all doing well today, guys. Thank you for tuning into the podcast once again. We've got some latest news coming up in the last 24 hours. We're coming off the heels of last night's NXT special on the WWE Network, which I may add was a great show. We're going to go through the results and some of the other news after the show as well. We've got some news tonight on The Undertaker as well, and much, much more. Now, before we get into today's news, I want to give a shout out to our friends and partners of the show, Wrestling's Past. For all you historians of wrestling out there and you like to go back and check out old archive photographs and stories from the past, and if you're new to wrestling and you want to check up on the history of wrestling, Wrestling's Past is a great place to go to. Go to wrestlingspast.blogspot.co.uk or also on Twitter at Wrestling's Past. Great guys on there. Great to be part of the team here Outside the Ropes, and don't forget to check them out. Guys, last night's NXT Arrival show, or NXT Arrival, or whatever you want to call it. What a great show we had last night from Full Sail University in Orlando, Florida. We had some great matches on the card, and let's just say we had a few title changes as well, and it was a great show in my opinion. From the tweets and emails that we received last night during the show, the fans seem to be reasonably happy with the overall outcome of the show. And let's get straight into the card and the matches that happened on last night's event. We kicked off with Tito Atami. I keep trying to get that guy's name out. I always keep calling him Kenta, but that's just the name that they call him in WWE now, against Tyler Breeze. Reasonably good match, guys. I thoroughly enjoyed this match. I thought it was quite good back and forward. Funny feeling that I'm going to call him Kenta. You can call me whatever you want. You can say, oh, he's a jackass, call him by his right name, but I call him Kenta. I did call it on last night's NXT pre-show we done last night on the podcast. I was going to call for him to win this one, but he did. He came out on top. A great match. So I really, can't complain. It was a thoroughly good match, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Moving on to the next match in the card last night, we had a no DQ match between Bull Dempsey and Baron Corbin. It was a great match. Well, when I say a great match, it ended really quickly, and it was kind of like, okay, this was supposed to be a no DQ match. Even me and Tony were sitting looking at each other going, what the hell is going on here? This match ended so quickly. Baron Corbin beat him with his finisher, and it was kind of like, okay, we were expecting these guys to basically go out there and beat the absolute tar out of each other, but the match didn't even last that long. Well, what the hell was going on? But anyway, maybe see another match on down the road between these two, but I was quite surprised how quickly it ended. NXT Tag Team title match, while the Lucha Dragons trying to capture the titles again from Blake and Murphy. I did say Blake and Murphy would retain last night, and they did do that. In a reasonably good tag team match. I thoroughly enjoyed it again, and I'll keep saying thoroughly enjoyed, but I enjoyed all the matches on the show last night, so it was a great match. Blake and Murphy come out, and they're still your tag team champions. Tony did say to me last night he thought Blake and Murphy reminded him of Zack Ryder, and what was his name again? I can't even remember his name now. I know I'm live on the air here. I know I've just had a memory blank, but yeah, that's who it reminds him of. The name will come back to me. Will come back to me. I apologise, guys. But I mean, yeah, Blake and Murphy, they're going to have a good run with the titles for what we hear, and I think they're a reasonable good tag team and might go far in NXT. Now moving on to this next match, which I thought was a super match. Guys, what more could you say? Finn Balor, aka Fergal Devitt, a guy who we've had on the show here twice on Outside the Ropes in the past. Just before he went to WWE, in fact a week before he went to WWE was the last time we had him on the show, against Adrian Neville. What a match, back and forward, so many near falls, some of the moves. Fergal Devitt's entrance last night, or Finn Balor's entrance to the ring, was super as always. I think he's going to keep his face paint for special events. But guys, what a match. What a match, back and forward, end to end. They had the fans on the edge of their seat, and I called for Finn Balor last night to win this, so did Tony, and Finn Balor come out on top. Now, a lot of fans and a lot of wrestlers here in Ireland were on Twitter last night tweeting about Fergal and wanting him to win and go on and challenge the winner of the main event for the title in a future show. which they were all cheering him on. And we even saw a message on Facebook last night from Wrestling.ie promoter Steve Muldoon. Hi Steve, hope you're doing really well out there. Hope everything's going really well. No business is doing very well for Wrestling.ie. He even made a nice comment about Fergal as well. So Finn Balor flying the flag high in NXT for Ireland, along with Sheamus obviously in the main roster too. But what a match, guys. It represented the whole of the UK and Ireland on high standard, with Finn Balor and Adrian Neville going out there last night and setting the bar high for the rest of the talent on NXT. What a match. It was superb. Thoroughly enjoyed it again. I know I'm saying thoroughly enjoyed it, guys. All the matches I did enjoy, but this one stood out for me. It was a great match. It had me and Tony on the edge of our seat. Guys, if you were watching the event late last night and anywhere else around the world and you were falling asleep, this match certainly would have woke you up, because this was just edge of your seat. Oh my God, moments. Outstanding. Definitely one of the matches of the year so far in not just WWE but in NXT as well. Moving on, and how could they even top this? The women's match was up after this match, the Fatal 4-Way for the women's title. Bayley versus Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch versus Charlotte. Wow. For a Divas match, or a women's match as they're called in NXT, which they should be called. Wow. What can I say? Very impressed last night with Sasha Banks. Charlotte, as always, was on top of her game. Becky Lynch done quite good as well. Bayley entertaining as well. I thought Bayley might have got the win. She had a few near falls as well, but Sasha Banks pinned Charlotte to win the NXT Women's title. And I'm glad they actually call it Women's title, because a lot of fans talk to us, even when we meet them at WWE events and stuff, they all say, Diva, they're women. Why did they take the women's title away up on the main roster? Which I agree. Nobody likes that butterfly title, do they? Really? I don't know. But the women's match, again, high standards set. Now, Charlotte has dropped the title. The rumours are now flying around on the internet. Is Charlotte on her way to the main roster? I'd love to see her going on the main roster. Now, she has been on a lot of live events, as they're called, but we call them house shows. We're traditional here at Outside the Ropes. But unreal. I mean, if Charlotte goes to the main roster, she will set the bar high on the main roster up at the likes of Raw and SmackDown. So, looking forward to seeing Charlotte on the main roster eventually. But it was a bit of an ending last night where they had a few tears in her eyes where she hugged Sasha Banks, but then they sort of went back into character and pushed each other away, because obviously heel and face. But, again, that set the bar high for women's wrestling in WWE. NXT women are so entertaining. The matches you get down there are hard-hitting, in your face, take no BS, get in there and get it on. And that's the way it should be. It's a great example set by the women. And it's great for Triple H as well, because he's the one who's presenting this to us as wrestling fans, which I am, again, loving. Absolutely loving it. And so are the other fans. Now, guys, the main event, the grudge match for the NXT title, Kevin Owens, or Kevin Steen, whatever you want to call him, against Sami Zayn. I did say to Tony last night on the podcast that I thought that Kevin Owens would not lose last night, because he's only been on TV for 2 months and they wouldn't let a new guy lose so soon. Especially with the momentum that he is bringing and the recent stories that have come out that the WWE are really happy with him, because he's brought a lot of his independent audience with him as well when he came to NXT or WWE, whatever you want to call it. I did say last night on the podcast that I think Kevin Owens was going to win the title last night. Now, I know Sami Zayn only won the title 2 months ago. And, it kind of reminds like a Daniel Bryan story where he's only won the title and he's lost it and stuff like that. But Kevin Owens is hot. He's a hot independent wrestler who came to WWE, and he is hot on his trails. He's brought all of his audience with him, and the WWE are eating it up and they're loving it, and they're riding that wave to success. So Kevin Owens defeated him last night, where the match was stopped by doctors and referees. Again, it was a good match, good solid match. Still wasn't match of the night for me, to be honest with you. I thought the Adrian Neville and Finn Balor match was still match of the night, but still a good match, and my prediction came true again. Kevin Owens is now your new NXT champion. Sami Zayn sent out a tweet today, only going on 45 minutes sleep. He's now off to Abu Dhabi for tour with WWE. Hopefully poor Sami Zayn gets some sleep on the airplane as he is heading on the tour for the Middle East for the next few days. So, but yeah, I mean, they're doing more TV tapings actually tonight of NXT. So I actually hear rumors today as well that apparently Brian Kendrick is backstage in NXT. Apparently done a few matches, dark matches in NXT for training. Maybe we'll see Brian Kendrick return to WWE. We don't know, but excuse me. But yeah, I mean, overall, the event last night, the fans loved it. Twitter was going daft last night, absolutely crazy with all the messages and stuff. The tweets that we received last night were great. We received quite a lot of private mails on Twitter last night. I don't know why, but we did. But thanks very much, guys, for all your input and all your retweets and messages and emails and out to the ropes at yahoo.com, and obviously our website out to the ropesradio.com as well. But yeah, super show. Really happy. I would give it maybe a 5. I would give it a 5-star. Overall, it was a great show, and long may it continue. Now, we have got some Undertaker news today, guys, on the show. What they put up on our website today, out to the ropesradio.com. Basically saying, for what it's worth, someone recently saw the Undertaker, and apparently they were shocked in how he was looking. Said he was moving like his knees were gone, and people were saying that apparently he looked like he was about 60. He is expected to face Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania this year. Now, I know the creepy promos have started from Bray on Raw and SmackDown. You will see another one on tonight's SmackDown, by the way, guys, if you're watching it tonight. SmackDown is on television tonight, so I'll be watching. We'll go through the result. We give the spoilers on our website, but we'll give out the results tomorrow whenever SmackDown's actually been on TV, because we don't like to read it out on the show. But don't ask why. I don't make the rules of the show, but Undertaker apparently isn't looking very good. But you know yourself, WrestleMania time, Taker ups his game, gets himself into shape and ready to rock and roll. Will he appear at WrestleMania this year to fight Bray Wyatt? I want to ask you, the fan, what would you think? Would you like to see him at WrestleMania this year? Maybe we should send out a tweet tonight after this podcast is out, and let's see what the fans say, and we'll read it out on tomorrow's show. How does that sound? Do you think The Undertaker should appear at WrestleMania this year? Give us a tweet at Outside the Rope, or on Facebook, sorry, Outside the Ropes Wrestling Talk Show, or send us an email, outsidetheropesradio.com. Undertaker should be at WrestleMania next year. I would like to see him there, even though his streak ended last year. I don't know. I would like to see. A lot of people are actually reacting to this here as well. I was looking on Twitter today. People are saying about The Undertaker coming back, but you know, it's Taker for you. WrestleMania is not the same as The Undertaker. But a little bit of news on the WWE Network. Apparently they're going to be launching the network in the Middle East very soon, and they're going to be expanding the network in Canada. Now, I know we have a lot of Canadian listeners, because we do get messages from them quite a bit, but they're expanding the service in Canada. For what we know here in Outside the Ropes, the network is very limited in Canada. Now, I may be wrong, don't quote me on that, but you know, I want to see the network everywhere. I want to see every fan around the world getting access to the network, because it's great to see. Even those little Eskimos who live in an igloo get access to the network. But yeah, they're wanting to expand the network. So there you go. Sorry guys, we have a cough today. Batista is in the news today as well. Obviously his role coming up soon in the new James Bond movie. There's a new trailer. Sorry, not a trailer. Behind the scenes footage have leaked onto the internet of Batista on the set. There's a new also movie being I can't even speak. There's rumor coming out of him when he finishes up with the Bond movie. He's going to be going on to another movie, which is he's being rumored for another movie to star as the Kurgan in the new Highlander movie. So Batista is going to be going to do more movies, because we know a lot of fans are asking us, when is Batista coming back? Now, when he's coming back, I do not know. I would like to see him back now. I did hear rumours that Batista is apparently still under contract with WWE. I don't think he is, but a lot of people are saying that they want him back, they don't want him back. Maybe that's something that we should put on our website. Should Batista come back to WWE? A question for on down the road. But he's in the news today anyway, and this video was leaked online regarding the James Bond movie, which I'm looking forward to, because I'm a big James Bond fan. So I would like to see Batista's role in the James Bond movie, and I hope he does really, really well. Interesting thing on Facebook we saw today as well of The Rock. Now, excuse me, if you don't see The Rock on Facebook, he posts video quite a bit. Interesting one of them today. I think it was taken yesterday actually, of him meeting fans as he was coming out of the gym, out of his car, and they were coming over and hugging him and stuff. So The Rock's always very generous and very good to his fans. So if you haven't seen The Rock on Facebook greeting the fans outside the gym, have a wee look at it. I think we shared it on our Facebook. I think we did. I'm not too sure. But yeah, but The Rock obviously being nice. So another bit of news as well. And going back to NXT from last night, a lot of people have been tweeting today and asking who was this woman. I know I should have brought it up at the start when we were talking through the matches. But I actually forgot to bring it up, and I do apologise for this, guys. But there was a lot of people asking who this lady was who jumped the rail last night on top of Tyler Breeze during his entrance. And this woman was Glonna, is it Dalnio, I think her name is? She's a former Hooters model. Apparently she's been saying for NXT for a while. We had a couple of questions today about that, so yeah, we're going to answer that. Sorry guys, I have a bit of a cough here tonight. But yeah, that's who that was that jumped last night on the on Tyler Breeze last night. And I must admit though, when Tyler Breeze was coming to the ring last night, I thought it was quite cool where he was taking pictures and posting straight to his Twitter during his entrance. I thought that was quite cool actually. Go on to his Twitter account and have a look. Very, very good. Now we've got a couple of questions we've had in today from fans from Twitter. Well, we had a couple of responses to our Undertaker story we put out today as well. Dan Stewart put on Twitter today, really don't want to see an old man Undertaker wrestle with pot belly and chicken legs and bald head and jelly knees. Okay. A tweet today from Liam Vincent on Twitter says, with NXT on everyone's lips at the moment, do you think Enzo Amore and Big Kaz are ready for the main roster? He thinks they are. Who likes them? I think they're great. Entertaining. I would like to see them on the main roster. I think they would get the crowd behind them. I think it'd be great, Liam, to be honest. But what Triple H is thinking down there at the moment in NXT, I don't know. But I would like to see them possibly come up onto the main roster. I would like to see a lot of guys come up from NXT, not just them guys. You know, but another question in my mind as well is, and a lot of people have been asking us too and asking on Twitter, and the conversation still goes on Twitter. Should Triple H push Vince to let the NXT title be defended at WrestleMania this year? I think it should be. What do you think? Should it be defended at WrestleMania this year? I think it'd be really, really good. But see how it goes anyway. But thanks for your questions, guys. Just a couple of questions we got today. I want to go through one or two emails here before we hit the road. Thanks for your tweets, guys, today. Don't forget to tweet us at Outside the Rope on Twitter. We've had one today from Christopher. Christopher, let's have a look at his surname here. Christopher Morgan. And he is from Belfast. Oh, hello, Christopher. How are you? Thanks for your wee email today. Says, guys, what's your thoughts on the show last night? I'm sure you'll probably be talking about it on tonight's show. What's your thoughts on the WrestleMania card so far? Do you think they're going to train to the triple threat? If so, I know you've talked about this before, but if so, what's your own honest opinion of this? Obviously, this triple threat. Okay, Christopher. I think if it's a triple threat, I think it's BS. And that's me being blunt with you. And the reason why I think it's BS is because I think Roman Reigns is the clean winner of the Royal Rumble. Yes, Daniel Bryan does deserve a title match again, guys, for all you internet warriors out there on your keyboard now going to be tweeting us and saying, oh, you hate Daniel Bryan. We don't hate Daniel Bryan. Bryan Danielson, whatever you want to call him. Yes, he should fight for the title, but Roman Reigns won the Rumble. You know, he should fight Brock Lesnar. I think that would be an awesome match. Triple threat? No, we had a triple threat last year. I think that it's repetitive because Daniel Bryan sneaked in the back door last year. I think he's going to sneak into the back door this year again. I think it's a kick in the balls to Roman Reigns if he doesn't win the title this year. So that's my opinion on it. But overall, I think it should be a clean match between Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and Roman Reigns wins the title. That's my opinion. If you don't like it, well then that's just my choice. I'm only kidding, Christopher. Thanks very much for your email, Chris. I do appreciate it. With one in here as well. I'm just looking through our emails here. I'm just trying to pick one out at random. One here from Kelly Jeremy from Oxfordshire in England. Hello, Kelly. How are you today? What is your views on the difference between NXT women's wrestling and the main rosters? Just put it in big capital letters. So-called divas. What is your view on the difference of the product up there in the main roster and down in Florida. Kelly, I'll be honest with you. I think the women's wrestling down in Florida in NXT is far better. I think it's so much better. It's more physical. It's more in your face. It's not all like, oh, look at me, I'm a Barbie doll. I think down there is hard hitting. It's physical, and I think that's the way it should be, because those women down there are setting an example for women's wrestling, not sports entertainment. I think it's wrestling, professional wrestling. They're in a ring, they're wrestling. It's professional wrestling. But yes, Kelly, to answer your question, I think that the women's wrestling down in Florida at NXT is more superior than the wrestling up on the main roster. And that's just my view on it. You may agree with me, I hope you do. But a lot of people do agree with me for what I've said on this podcast before about it. But I think the women's wrestling at NXT is more superior. So there you go. Thanks very much for your question, Kelly. Keep them coming. Okay, guys. I've been given here the light to wrap up. So a big thank you once again for tuning in today. We're back tomorrow for the final day before we head on into the sunset for the weekend's break. Tomorrow on the show we have more news and the latest ongoings. Also, we have our segment that we normally used to have every week on a Wednesday, but now it's been put back to a Friday because it's the end of the week. We're going to have our Jackass of the Week segment. If you want to get involved in Jackass of the Week, send us an email with your suggestion for Jackass of the Week, or use on Twitter, hashtag, or on Facebook, of course, they do hashtag as well, Jackass of the Week. Give us your suggestions. We'll count them all up, as we always do every single week, by email mostly. And we'll have a reproduction meeting tomorrow before we come on the air, and we'll give our Jackass of the Week tomorrow. So who do you think has been the biggest jackass in the professional wrestling world in the past 7 days? Let us know. We've had so many different ones over the last 2 years on the show here. Let us know who your Jackass of the Week is. It could be somebody from even over here in Ireland. It could be somebody from the UK independent scene. It could be somebody from the European scene. It could be somebody from WWE, TNA. It could be anybody. Jackass of the Week, guys. Hashtag. That there and much, much more on tomorrow's show. And don't forget, guys, to check out our friends as well, wrestlingspast.blogspot.co.uk and also at wrestlingspast. So that's going to wrap us up for today, guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Enjoy SmackDown tonight if you do get to watch it. If you're listening to us tomorrow on the podcast, don't forget you can go back and download the rest of this week's episodes on iTunes. Also, it's available on Speaker and on YouTube. Our YouTube hits are starting to pick up a wee tiny bit, but iTunes is mostly where we are downloaded. We are in the world of iTunes, which is the most important place for us because we get loads of downloads every single week. So for Matthew here in the studio, guys, we'll see us all tomorrow. I don't know why Tony's going to be in the studio tomorrow or not. Maybe not. I may even try and drag Catherine, our head of production, onto the show tomorrow and have a wee chat with her. So from everybody here in the Outside the Ropes studio, enjoy the rest of your Thursday, enjoy SmackDown tonight, enjoy whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day. And until tomorrow, have a great Thursday, and we will see you all tomorrow.